If you've been seeing the number 1414 repeatedly, take a breath, because this is not a coincidence. In the divine realm, 1414 is a message wrapped in light. It carries the energy of new beginnings, structured alignment, and elevated thinking. The number 1 represents creation, leadership, and the courage to walk into the unknown. The number 4, appearing twice, stands for divine foundations, inner wisdom, and angelic support building something long-lasting. Together, 1414 is a sign that your spiritual and physical life are being reordered for stability, clarity, and purpose. It is heaven's way of saying, you are safe to begin again, and this time it will stand. What makes 1414 so powerful is its balance between vision and practicality. The angels are not just asking you to dream bigger, they're helping you lay the bricks under those dreams. This number appears when divine alignment is not just near, it's happening now. You are being asked to trust the process, release the chaos, and know that your steps are being guided with sacred precision. Expect shifts in your mindset, your relationships, and your environment. Because when 1414 shows up, so does divine order. The changes might feel subtle at first, but they are strategic interventions moving you toward a life that feels stable, soul-aligned, and full of joy. You are being lifted out of mental clutter and emotional confusion. Heaven is clearing the noise around you so you can hear the truth within you. This is the blessing of divine clarity, where your choices no longer come from fear or fatigue, but from faith. The answers you've been chasing will now find you. The right people will stay. The false connections will fall away with grace. You are no longer required to hold what has already expired. You are being gently restructured, not broken. Everything that once felt scattered is being gathered. Your spirit is returning to wholeness. The divine is realigning your routine, your energy, and your mindset so that you no longer feel like you're just surviving the day. You begin thriving within it. This is divine intervention through joyful order. You'll feel lighter even without changing your environment, because the shift begins within you. I know how hard you've worked, not just in the physical, but in the emotional and spiritual dimensions where no one applauds. You've rebuilt your mindset. You've stood up for yourself in silence. You've chosen growth over comfort, and I've seen all of it. That invisible labor has not gone unnoticed in the heavens. Now comes the blessing of recognition, not in a loud, performative way, but in the form of doors that open easily, people who value your presence, and moments that feel like divine déjà vu. It's time. I'm bringing full circle moments. I'm sending evidence that your sacrifices mattered. Where you once toiled, you will now be invited. Where you once gave quietly, you will now receive without guilt. This is the reward for what you did when no one was watching. You're also being blessed with miracles that feel natural. Unexpected opportunities will feel familiar. Financial breakthroughs will arrive without stress. Your creativity will flow again. It's not chaos, it's clarity. And this time, you'll build your life from peace, not pressure. You will see the beauty of a rhythm that finally matches your soul's pace. If this message spoke to you like a whisper from heaven, it's because you were ready to receive it. Angel number 1414 is not just appearing to you, it's awakening you. You are being guided, rebuilt, and redirected into divine timing. I know it feels like others are passing you by, I know you wonder if something in you is broken or missing, but I need you to hear me clearly now. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are being prepared. I've had you in a sacred holding space, not to punish you, but to prepare you for what others can't carry. The foundation I'm building in you is deep, and that's why it's taking time. When I release you into the next chapter, it will be with power, clarity, and unshakable peace. You will not need to chase it. It will be drawn to your presence. You haven't missed it. You're not too late. And no, you didn't mess it up beyond repair. I still have you. You may feel like you've been walking through fog, uncertain, exhausted, wondering if all your effort meant anything at all. But let me assure you, nothing is wasted. Not the silent prayers, not the hidden tears, not even the seasons where you felt disconnected. I saw it all, and even when you didn't feel me, I was closer than your breath, guarding the seeds you planted in faith. This next chapter won't be built from pressure. It will be built from peace. No more striving to prove your worth. No more running to keep up with timelines that were never yours. I'm inviting you into something softer now, something sacred. You won't have to force what is divinely yours. I'm releasing you from the weight of trying to figure it all out. You are not behind. You are being aligned. And everything I promised, I still intend to deliver. You've learned how to survive. You've endured seasons that almost broke your body and burdened your heart. But that's not the end of your story. This time, I want to show you something different. What it feels like to live without constantly bracing for pain. You are no longer in a war zone. You're in a place of restoration. This next chapter is not about endurance. It's about enjoyment. I'm inviting you to trust me again, not with your strength, but with your softness. You will see joy return to your life, and you will remember what it feels like to be free from fear. There is a quiet healing happening inside you now. Not the dramatic kind that everyone sees, but the sacred kind that settles your spirit when no one's looking. I am healing the part of you that learned to expect disappointment. I am soothing the fears you never spoke aloud. This isn't just recovery, it's restoration. The version of you that learned to survive will rest now. You will no longer have to be strong all the time. You weren't created to live in constant vigilance. I never meant for your joy to be conditional, your laughter to be rare, or your heart to be guarded all the time. So now, I'm blessing you with softness, the kind that feels foreign at first, but holy at its core. You will smile again and actually mean it. You will breathe deeply and not feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. I'm returning color to the grayscale parts of your life. People will walk into your life not to take from you, but to pour into you. You will be surprised by how good it feels to be loved well. The days ahead will be light, not because everything is perfect, but because you're no longer carrying what's not yours. The joy you lost is coming home, and this time, it's staying. Let this next chapter unfold gently. You won't have to fight for peace. It will come and find you. You'll notice it in the mornings, in your breath, in the way your heart finally stops bracing for impact. You are safe now, and you are healing even the parts of your story you thought would never feel whole. Watch how joy begins to return to your life in ways you stopped expecting. Watch how clarity flows where confusion lived for too long. This isn't just a new season, it's a new rhythm. One where blessings find you because your spirit is finally open to receive. You're not chasing healing anymore. You're embodying it. And I promise, what's coming next will make sense of all the waiting. You may not have noticed me lately, not in the rush, not in the noise, not in the stretch of silent days, but I was there. In every moment you questioned your strength, I was holding you up. In every night you cried without words, I was collecting your tears like sacred evidence. I have not left you, and I have not forgotten the promises made over your life. You're closer now than you've ever been, not because the path is easy, but because you kept walking when others would have quit. And for that, I'm preparing something that won't make sense until you look back and realize I never let go. If this resonated, like this video to confirm your alignment, subscribe for more spirit-led messages and share this with someone else who's stepping into a season of joyful structure and soul peace. Your life is not falling apart. It's being realigned for something greater than you imagined. And it begins now. What you called waiting, I called covering. What you thought was rejection was actually a redirection towards something far more worthy of your gifts. You were not overlooked. You were held back on purpose so I could prepare the space and the people that were worthy of you. I know you're tired of the delay, but what's coming will prove that my timing wasn't just intentional. It was perfect. You are about to walk through a door that only opens for the called, the refined, and the protected. And yes, it has your name written on it in gold. I know the quiet has been loud lately. I know you've been wondering if your prayers dissolved into empty space. But let me speak this softly to your heart. I have been with you every single moment. I never turned my back. I never stopped listening. I've been present in the smallest details, the delayed texts, the unspoken longings, the nights you didn't know how to ask for help. You've survived more than most will ever understand. Not because you had all the strength, but because I covered you when yours ran out. You see obstacles, I see offerings. Every hardship you walked through was shaping your strength, carving your compassion, and preparing your heart to carry blessings with grace. I've never stopped writing your story, and I promise, the next chapters will carry joy so deep, they'll rewrite what you thought was your ending. I know you scroll past others' milestones and wonder if you've missed your moment. You haven't. You were never behind you. We're being built, quietly, carefully, deeply. I was laying foundations under the surface where no one could see. I was anchoring your roots so that when your rise comes, it doesn't collapse. This is not delay, it's divine design. Every no was protection. Every pause was preparation. I've kept you in a sacred slow burn, not to punish you, but to strengthen your discernment, your voice, and your alignment. You'll notice it soon. How things that used to confuse you now make sense. How people who once drained you now fall away without conflict. You are being calibrated to peace, aligned with purpose, and lifted into clarity. It's not that you're late, it's that I've been preparing something worth waiting for. I watched you fight through emotional storms with a brave face and a trembling soul. I heard the inner vows you made just to make it through one more week. You've learned how to carry weight silently, but now I am teaching you how to lay it down. You don't have to prove your worth through pain anymore. You don't have to stay in survival mode. This next season is about restoration, not survival. I am reintroducing you to softness, joy that doesn't require guilt, peace that doesn't come with a catch, relationships where you're chosen, not tolerated. You're being led out of burnout and into balance. I am lifting the heaviness off your shoulders and placing a blessing in your hands, one that fits, flows, and frees you. Let this restoration begin gently. There is no rush here. There is only healing. Welcome to life beyond survival. You keep asking why it didn't happen yet, why the doors stayed closed, why you feel stuck when your heart is so ready. And I want you to know, it wasn't a punishment. It was protection. You were not denied. You were delayed because what's coming requires a version of you that's whole, not hurried. Every detour was a shield. Every not yet was a covering. I saw what you couldn't. I protected you from connections that would have drained you, positions that would have limited you, and timelines that weren't aligned with your truth. You were never waiting in vain. You were being hidden in grace. Now, I am ushering you into release, into renewal, into readiness. What you thought was lost is about to return multiplied. What once felt like silence will now become clarity. And when the door opens, this time, you'll walk through it fully prepared, fully worthy, and fully aligned. You are not here by chance. These words found you because your soul was ready to remember what your spirit already knew. You are divinely held, wildly loved, and eternally guided. This isn't just another message. It's a sacred signal, a moment of awakening, a divine confirmation that you are seen by heaven and supported through every twist and turn. The delay has never been a denial. The silence has never been abandonment. You are rising slowly, steadily, and supernaturally. If something in this message stirred your heart, that's your sign. You're shifting from surviving to thriving, from waiting to walking in purpose. So don't let this moment pass. Like this video to seal this blessing. Share it with someone else who needs this reminder. Subscribe to stay connected to messages that restore your spirit and awaken your calling. Your next chapter doesn't begin someday. It begins now, and it begins with you believing that you were never forgotten, only being prepared for more. Amen.